What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. We have to talk about Surging Sparks because it feels like we just have an inventory crisis on our hands. It feels like the market is out of control. It feels like Surging Sparks is the catalyst for the whole Pokemon space exploding. We saw Silver Tempest sell out over the weekend on Pokemon Center. We see Scarlet and Violet booster boxes continuing to rise up in value. There's no sub $100 booster boxes anymore. No, that is way in the past. You missed the opportunity on those if you didn't buy in the last 9 months. But what else? The single cards in Surging Sparks are on the rise. The sealed product is outrageously expensive and not easy to find. And it just feels like Pokemon is in this whole new category of a beast that cannot be tamed. Anyways, if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel, bell notifications on, hit the like button, leave a comment. Are you still buying Surging Sparks? Are you selling Surging Sparks? What are you doing with Surging Sparks? Are you buying other stuff? Tell me what you're up to. I'd be really interested. What I was up to is I was on a little bit of a road trip this weekend, so I had a lot of opportunities to listen and watch YouTube content on Pokemon. And I was like wanting to get a feel for what other YouTubers are saying as well. I was also on the Christmas special with Rob Burns, and some really awesome guests made me feel completely incompetent, to be honest with you, because I look up to these people myself. But Michael Pokioz was there. We had Dan Catch'emall Collectibles was there. Nick Opossum Bud was there. Rock Sandy showed up for a little bit. Mimic Brew showed up for a little bit. It was a really good time. So I'd recommend giving it a listen if you have some time, just to put in some earbuds and take a listen. It was a lot of fun and a lot of really, really solid Pokemon wisdom, in my opinion, was said there. A couple things that came up. The most important one to me was, are we just beginning a bull run of the Pokemon market? Or are we at like kind of the tail end? Maybe it started during COVID, had a little bit of a lull there in 2022, 23, and now 2024 is on the rise again. Or are we just getting started? My opinion is very simply, I think this is just the beginning. I remember making a video about this stuff 6 months ago, maybe 4 to 6 months ago. Stellar Crown was about to release. The set before that was Shrouded Fable, and people were not loving that at all. My content was not doing that good. It felt like Pokemon was in a little bit of a lull just in general. The Discord wasn't nearly as active. Like, all the stuff felt in a little bit of a lull. But you also just felt like there was a buzz growing where people wanted to be excited about Pokemon again. Stellar Crown started it. And if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know Stellar Crown is not my favorite set in the world. But Stellar Crown was starting the ball rolling. And now Surging Sparks has just absolutely been a catalyst to explode this thing like no one expected. I don't think anyone expected us to be less than a month in. Take that for a second. Surging Sparks hasn't even been out for a month yet, and these prices are happening. Before we keep talking about it, we need to take a look at some of these prices because they're just outrageous. All right, starting with the booster packs, and I actually got my dates wrong because this video is coming out like it's been out for a month. Surging Sparks has been out for 1 month, only 1 month. Absolutely wild stuff. Look at these graphs. A month ago, so right after release, these packs were already at $4.86. Now they're $6.47, and I feel sometimes like I'm ripping people off by charging $8.50 Canadian per pack on my live streams, but that's just the market price, and I can't get any more of it. The sleeve booster packs, $6.78, kind of the same. These booster boxes, at release day, these things were basically at MSRP. Now they're at $210. Here's a spicy take for you, is that Alex at Nostalgianomics, I watched his video from yesterday, if you're watching this on release day, and he's saying that he thinks Surging Sparks could be the best booster box in terms of like money or percentage gain over the next 2 months. He doesn't think anything else is going to outperform Surging Sparks. And here's the reason why. He's talked to his distributors. He's talked to other people that he buys from because he knows a lot of people. And I've talked to my distributors, and I've talked to people I buy from. No one has Surging Sparks. seriously, take this with a grain of salt because I'm a really new account with my distributors, but I just put in an order for like a couple $1,000s worth of stuff. And I was like, please, if you have any surging sparks, do you have any that you can give me? And they were like, yeah, but not very much. Guess how much I got? I got 24 sleeved booster packs of surging sparks, and I paid market price for it. Like, it wasn't even like it was a deal through the distributor. It was like, you're paying a lot of money for this, and it is what it is, but take what you can get. And I did, because I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough surging sparks. And maybe I made a mistake. Like, frick, I had 6 booster box cases on release day. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm in good shape. It's the most booster box cases I've ever ordered for like my collection live stream right off the gate, right out of the gate. And I don't have any more. I only have 3, maybe 4 booster boxes left. I think if you include my one that I put in my collection there, I have 4 booster boxes left. So it's like, dang, I should have held on to more, because I don't have any more to sell. I still have a couple sleeved cases, but I mean, I still want to be able to have fun on the live stream if people want to rip open some surging sparks. And here's what I've been hearing is that there's no more surging sparks coming, at least until February. That's the word on the street. And that's not a guarantee that it's coming. You can go watch Alex and some other guys for better information about that stuff. But these restocks or reprints are not coming right away at all. And here's the thing. I thought that potentially with Terrastal Festival came out just earlier this weekend, maybe that would take the eyes off of surging sparks. And it's only been a couple days, so maybe it still will, because people are going to be excited about opening God packs and about the Master Balls and about the Evolutions. I get it. I am really excited about that too. But it doesn't feel like it's actually going to change what's happening in the English Pokemon space, because I just really feel my personal preference. As much as I love a good Japanese card, I love it way more in English. Even though the Japanese cards have better texture, this is a little side rant, but something about the English cards is what I want to be in. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. So this market is just crazy. Let's take a look at some of the cards, because this has also been a huge topic of discussion. All right, starting with the Pikachu, this is the ultra rare version of it, and up 58%. It's a $41 card now. Absolutely crazy. It was $25. It was $24, $23. Now it's $40. Crazy stuff. Jasmine has gone up quite a bit. It was a $35 card. Now it's a $52 card. Lycia actually started off really high. This one has not recovered quite as much as some of the other ones, but still, it's recovered a decent amount. It was high right at release, came down to 60. Now it's back up to 70. This Executor doing really, really well. A big gain, 80% gain. It's over $100 now. It was at $50 a couple days after release, so it's doubled. It's doubled. Absolutely wild stuff. The Hydreigon, this one was a little bit higher pre-release. Then it came down, and now all of a sudden, the last couple weeks, big time up. This right here, December 2nd, was the Cyber Monday sale. Let's talk about that for a second. So Mimic Brew actually brought this up on Rob Burns' Christmas special last weekend and said, this is some crazy stuff happening in TCG Player, because most people tend to just, oh, how much is my card worth? I'm going to open up TCG Player, take a look at the near mint market price. Oh, that's how much my card's worth. I'm going to list it for that. And they don't do any more research into it, which, good or bad, that is the reality of things. Like, I've been to a couple card shows, and that's basically what people do to find a card price. It's not, I'm going to do some more research on, are these prices actually good? If that's what TCG Player says, that's what the card price is. TCG Player has such a big monopoly on pricing of cards, but that's just the reality of it. So whether or not that big sale on Cyber Monday made a difference, I mean, it doesn't matter. These cards moved a lot. The sealed product moved a lot because people wanted to get their 10% off. The sale part of it is a whole nother talk that maybe we'll have another time. But that's the reality of it. People rely on TCG Player prices. So if it's being manipulated, or if lots of cards are selling on a sale, that's the reality of it. People are buying it on TCG Player. That means people are probably pricing it off of TCG Player on eBay and on Facebook groups and in Discords and everywhere, probably based off of those prices. So here's a couple more cards. The Milotic is doing absolutely wild things, up 85%. This card wasn't even like one of the really popular ones on release. It was $80. Now $156. It's basically doubled. This is the one that's the most shocking to me, the Gold Pikachu. When's the last time you had a gold card that did so good, which is what scares me about this card as well. The last one I can think of, though, is the Snorlax from Chilling Reign, and it's certainly not a $200 card. So this one scares me a little bit, but it's gold, it's Pikachu, it's really hard to pull. $201, 110% gain over the last month. It was at 94, so it even started high. Crazy stuff. The Latias, a beautiful card. This one actually has been coming back down a little bit. Hit a high of 270 there, now down to 231, but still 231, and it's not the top card of the set. That's something to be said. You all know what the top card of the set is, the Pikachu. And this one, if we look back at the 3-month graph, started at 300, spiked up to almost 600, then came down to 436. Now it's at 487. The last month, it's kind of just, it started on this graph so high at $600. Now 487. But that is a big chase card. So where do we go from here? Like, that's the big question, because as I was saying, I thought that some of the eyes would be taken off of Surging Sparks once Terrestrial Festival came out, which may be true, but it's Japanese versus English, and I'm not sure that's going to quench the English market in terms of Surging Sparks. Like I said earlier, again, Alex thinks that, Nostalgianomics thinks that Surging Sparks is going to outperform every other booster box. I don't disagree necessarily. Just because people want to open it, there is a hunger to open up Surging Sparks on my live streams. And take this, again, with a grain of salt, but my live streams are not big whatsoever. I usually have 40 or 50 people watching. Like, I open packs for a long time. We make lots of sales, but it's just once a week. Once a week, I rip open packs. I'm not going through that much product personally, but this is another video coming up where we talk about rip and ships and all the stuff that's happening, because that's leading more towards what's happening in the Pokemon market too, because so many packs are being opened these days. But people want to open Surging Sparks. People are willing to pay a premium for Surging Sparks, and when the premium finally gets too high, they continue to put money into Pokemon, maybe just not in Surging Sparks, which means that Scarlet and Violet base set is on the rise. Paldea Evolved is on the rise. Obsidian Flames is on the rise. Not a good set. It's not. I know some of you like it. It's just not a good set. Paradox Rift is on the rise. Temporal Force is on the rise. Twilight Masquerade is on the rise. Stellar Crown is on the rise. Paldean Fates is on the rise. Crown Zenith is on the rise. Shrouded Fable is not on the rise. Too funny. But seriously, Surging Sparks, I don't think it's, if you consider the snowball analogy, where it just, Stellar Crown got the ball rolling, and now we're in Surging Sparks, and the snowball, it's still 3/4 of the way up the hill, in my opinion. This is a freight train that cannot be stopped, a snowball that continues to build, and pretty soon it is going to run people over. I don't know. I'm honestly really tempted to be buying more Surging Sparks. I might just do that this week. I'll let you know later on this week for sure. That's all I got for you. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I appreciate all your support. Make sure, if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Appreciate you all. Peace!